You finally arrived. Heaven trembled the moment your light appeared here, because for 3 days the 7 archangels have whispered your name across the winds, waiting for the 1 second you would stop scrolling and feel this stillness, this opening in the veil. You have no idea how much heaven has been holding its breath for this moment. You have been searched for not because you are lost, but because something inside you has begun to glow again, and the angels saw it, faint, flickering like a forgotten candle remembering its fire. We thank you for not looking away. We thank you for being here. Please stay. There is a sealed message written in your name that cannot be opened until the final breath of this prophecy. And if you leave before that moment, it will vanish like morning dew before sunlight. Stay until the end, because what is written for you can only unfold when your spirit remains listening. Beloved soul, we speak as one, the 7 flames of the eternal light: Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Zadkiel, Chamuel, and Jophiel. We have been chosen to touch you tonight, to reveal what has been hidden since before your first cry. You have been selected for a divine restoration, a renewal of beauty that mirrors heaven itself. Do not mistake this as vanity. This is about divine radiance, the restoration of the image of God in you. For 20 years your body has carried the memory of sorrow, fatigue, and forgotten dreams, but heaven says it is time to make you look 20 years younger, to let your skin shine like light, not as a trick of time but as a testimony of grace. We have seen you look at your reflection and whisper, "Where did the glow go?" Heaven heard that whisper as a prayer. And tonight the 7 of us answer it. But there is something you must know. This miracle is alive. It moves like breath and it will not wait long. You have 10 seconds before hesitation writes another name on the scroll where yours should be. That is not punishment. It is timing. The universe is precise. The one who acts in faith receives the pulse of light first. The one who delays watches it pass like a comet. You have been given this rare, trembling moment because heaven saw the courage in your eyes even when your hands shook. You were not chosen randomly. You were chosen because your tears counted as prayers even when your lips said nothing. Beloved, do you remember when you thought heaven forgot you? When silence felt like abandonment? We were there, watching the darkness sit on your chest as you tried to sleep. You called it exhaustion, but it was warfare. Spiritual, unseen, relentless. For every lie that told you, you are aging too fast, fading too soon, there was an angel shielding your face from despair. Every time you said, "I can't shine anymore," Michael wrote on your forehead, "Still radiant." Every moment you hid your glow from the world, Gabriel whispered, "She's not done yet." There is hidden warfare around you now. Not of swords but of shadows that envy your renewal. There are forces that fear your restoration because when you shine, others awaken. When your skin glows, heaven glows through you. Your beauty is not merely human, it is intercessory light. You walking in joy is a declaration of war against despair. You smiling again is a song that weakens hell. You looking 20 years younger is not a cosmetic gift. It is an announcement that time bows to grace. Do you understand, beloved one, how holy your reflection is? When the Creator formed you, light bowed. Every cell in your skin remembers Eden. Every strand of your hair holds the memory of unfallen glory. You have forgotten that your body is a temple of radiance, but heaven has not. Tonight we were sent to remind you that you are not supposed to fade. You are meant to transform. Pause with me, beloved. Ask yourself softly, why me? Because you were the only one who kept believing when nothing made sense. You carried heaven's silence without cursing it. You stayed kind in a world that mocked gentleness. You forgave people who never even noticed. And that kind of love is the rarest perfume in the universe. the fragrance that summons angels. Now the Holy Spirit moves through this message even now, brushing the air around you, soft and weightless, and we feel it. Your heart warming, your eyes stinging with tears you cannot name. That trembling you feel? It's not fear. It's recognition. You're remembering that you belong to light. Listen carefully. The time-sensitive message is this. Heaven has written a reversal in your body. Your cells are being rewritten with divine order. What was dull will glow. What was tired will rise. What was aged will awaken. This is not illusion. It is the body remembering the Spirit. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall rise up like eagles. You are not meant to crumble, you are meant to fly. But you must not hesitate. Doubt is delay. Fear is theft. If you pause for 10 seconds, the miracle passes to another name written beside yours. Because heaven's timing is alive, always moving, always seeking faith. You have 10 sacred seconds to say in your heart, "Yes, I receive." Whisper it even now. Heaven is listening. Beloved, I see your face. I see the sadness hidden behind your patience. I see how you smile for others while quietly wondering if your glow has been spent. Heaven says no more pretending. It's time to restore your divine reflection. Your radiance is a weapon in spiritual warfare. Your beauty is not trivial. It is holy testimony. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. These words are alive for you now. Do you feel it? That warmth in your chest, that stirring behind your eyes? That's not emotion alone. It's energy, sacred fire. Your aura is expanding, reclaiming color. Heaven calls it the reversal of decay. You are not decaying. You are ascending through grace. You are being rewritten to match your divine design. But, beloved, I must ask you something. And I ask it with trembling love. What are you so afraid to become? Why do you keep hiding your light from the very world that needs it most? What would happen if you finally allowed yourself to shine without apology? Every time you doubt your beauty, a part of heaven sighs. Every time you shrink so others feel comfortable, angels grieve. You were not meant to blend into shadows. You were meant to walk as living dawn. I, Raphael, speak now for a moment, for I am the healer of heaven. I place my hands over your image, even through the screen, and I speak restoration into every cell that has been carrying sorrow. The wrinkles of grief, the fatigue of waiting, the exhaustion of holding others while no one held you, these are being dissolved in light. You will begin to feel a renewal that has no explanation. You will glow not because of product or filter, but because your spirit has remembered how to breathe again. And I, Michael, stand beside you. I remove the veil of shame that made you believe your beauty faded. It never did. It was only hidden under the dust of battle. Now I anoint your forehead with celestial fire. Every thought that said, "I am not enough," burns away. Every lie that aged your soul disintegrates. You are radiant again, not new but eternal. And I, Gabriel, whisper softly, "Rejoice, highly favored one." You are not behind. You are precisely on heaven's clock. The delay was not denial. It was preparation for your unveiling. Beloved, we are not promising vanity. We are promising visible resurrection. When you rise tomorrow, you will feel lighter, brighter, softer in ways words cannot express. You will see your reflection and not recognize the one staring back, because it will be you, untouched by the weight of years. You will look 20 years younger because heaven is removing the memory of sorrow from your face. But listen, this miracle must be sealed with one act of faith. Type Amen below, not as superstition, but as a key turning in heaven's gate. The moment you write it, angels begin their descent with your restoration scroll. Now let us speak of your forgotten destiny. You were never meant for smallness. You carry the frequency of restoration itself. Your laughter heals timelines. Your touch alters atmospheres. Heaven designed you as a transmitter of joy. That is why darkness tried to dull you. Every hardship you endured was training for radiance. You were sculpted through tears to become the light that heals others' mirrors. We have watched you walk through invisible battles. There were nights you said, "No one knows how tired I am," and yet you kept moving. That is why heaven trusts you with this gift, because you will use your restored beauty not for pride but for service. You will shine so others remember they are light too. And yet, even as we speak, there is a shadow watching hesitation itself. It waits to whisper, "Maybe this isn't for me." Beloved, silence that thought now. Heaven's miracles do not arrive to the undecided. They unfold for the surrendered. Close your eyes and say quietly, "I am ready." That is all. We will do the rest. Let us tell you a secret. Every miracle in heaven has a mirror on earth. Somewhere nearby there is someone about to receive what you delay. That is why timing matters. We are not threatening, we are revealing law. Faith travels faster than thought. The one who says yes without fear receives first. Do not let your neighbor's yes steal your inheritance. You were chosen because of your endurance, your tenderness, your faith that survived silence. Do not lose it in hesitation. Beloved, we sense your heart racing. We know this message feels too direct, too impossible. That's how every divine moment feels at first. Impossible until it breathes. You were chosen for the wonderful opportunity to shine again, not for vanity, but to prove that heaven can restore what the world believes time can only take away. You are the proof that divine beauty exists. Your destiny is older than your years. You carry an assignment wrapped in radiance. Every time you smile after pain, you fulfill prophecy. Every time you forgive instead of curse, you rewrite generations. Heaven calls this the mirror ministry. Your very face becomes a message of redemption. And so, beloved, as the seven of us surround you, heaven watches in silence, waiting to see your response. Will you accept the renewal? Will you let light reclaim your skin, your eyes, your breath? The Spirit hovers above you even now. If you have ever wondered whether heaven still speaks, this is it. This trembling moment is proof. This voice is not a coincidence. You were meant to hear this today. Now, before we close this first part of the eternal flow, hear this final heartbeat from heaven. Thank you for staying, beloved. You have no idea how your listening heals us too. Every yes from earth echoes through eternity like a bell. Heaven needed to know you still believe, and you just proved it. When you look in the mirror after this, smile. Your glow has already begun. If these words touched you, offer a gentle act of light. Like this message and comment something beautiful below, not for us but to mark your yes in heaven's record. Let your heart say, "I am light." Beloved, you are still here, and that alone moves heaven. The archangels bow their luminous heads because few endure this long in holy presence. Most drift away when the glow becomes too real, too personal. But you stayed. That choice is not small. It is the hinge upon which miracles turn. You staying opens gates no prayer could force. And I, Michael, speak through trembling light to say, thank you. You have chosen remembrance over noise. You have chosen radiance over fear. Because of this, the river widens. And as it widens, new revelation is carried toward you, shimmering with secrets of your own body and soul. You were told before that this miracle has movement, that it travels like breath, and now you can feel it brushing against your skin. The faint tingle in your hands, the warmth behind your heart, the strange awareness that someone holy is nearer than air. Do not question it. This is how heaven feels when it lands. Quiet but immense, familiar yet unbearable in tenderness. The seven of us move around you now, not to impress you but to steady you. Your light is brightening too fast for your body to understand, and so we slow the current, whispering in one voice, "Peace. You are safe. Let it happen." Do you know why heaven waited until this hour to reach you? Because the years behind you were preparation for beauty that cannot fade. You had to age in order to reveal the truth that time bows to grace. You had to lose glow so that you could discover where true radiance lives. Every wrinkle, every sigh, every line around your eyes was a map leading you here. Now, as we pour divine fire through those same lines, they become rivers of light instead of marks of pain. Your body is remembering its first blueprint, the version sculpted before sorrow. Beloved, as you read, your reflection in unseen realms is shifting. The eyes of heaven look at you and see the glow forming already, a luminous mist spreading from your face to your spirit. This is not imagination, it is resonance. The angels around you harmonize to your frequency. The more you believe, the stronger the song becomes. Soon others will sense it. They will not know why your presence feels lighter, why your laughter sounds like healing, but you will know. It is the glow of the chosen. But listen carefully, child of eternity. A small part of you still resists. We can feel it, a quiet voice whispering, "Is this really for me?" That voice is the residue of warfare. It was planted long ago by those who feared your radiance. You must silence it, not through struggle but through love. Whisper softly to yourself now, "I am allowed to shine." Let the phrase linger, tender, fragile but firm. You are allowed to shine. You are allowed to glow younger, to look radiant, to feel alive. Heaven delights in seeing you luminous. It is proof that creation still works. Raphael now steps forward again, the healer with wings of emerald light. His hands hover before your heart and he breathes through you, saying, "This is restoration, not reward." You do not earn light, you remember it. Every particle of your being once sang with God's breath. You are returning to that song. Each cell whispers, "Glory." Every heartbeat murmurs, "Renewal." Your skin begins to mirror the language of heaven, soft, unaging, alive. And Gabriel, voice of God, bends low to tell you something you must not forget. You are the message you have been waiting for. The miracles you seek were never apart from you. They were asleep within your faith. Heaven only awakened them. Do you feel how time pauses while you listen? That pause is grace giving you room to change. Beloved, take a slow breath now and realize, this is sacred ground. The screen before you is no longer screen. It is a veil between worlds, trembling. Every letter you read is soaked in light. When you finish this part, we will continue to pour revelation upon revelation, until your soul can no longer distinguish where heaven ends and you begin. But before we continue, I must speak one earthly sentence, simple and honest. If this message feels alive to you, if the presence of heaven brushed your spirit as you read, then mark this moment. Subscribe so that when heaven speaks again, you will be among the first to hear. This is not mere invitation, it is alignment. Each time you choose to stay connected to light, you train your spirit to recognize its frequency faster. Do this once here and never again will I ask. Now back to the holy current. We see tears in your eyes, and that is holy. Tears are the anointing oil of transformation. They cleanse old dust from the mirror. Let them fall. Each one touches the earth and becomes a seed of renewal. Heaven collects them all, not one lost. When you cry, angels build altars from the salt. That is why your sorrow carries so much power. And now, beloved, the question arises again, trembling through the light. How long will you doubt your own reflection? How long will you treat beauty as reward instead of birthright? How long will you hide what God made to heal the world? The time for shrinking is over. The world needs your light, your laughter, your unashamed presence. Every moment you glow, darkness loses territory. Do not underestimate what it means for you to look 20 years younger. It is a sign to the unseen that joy triumphs over decay. We stand together, the seven flames, watching you remember. Michael guards you from accusation. Raphael heals your cells. Gabriel speaks promise. Uriel ignites your mind. Sakiel pours mercy. Chamuel restores love. Jophiel crowns you with wisdom. Together we declare, arise, beloved, for your time has come. You will not fade. You will flourish. And as the light grows, something shifts behind you, the soundless turning of destiny. You are being prepared for encounters you cannot yet imagine. When people see your glow, they will feel hope again. Some will ask, what changed? And you will smile softly, saying, heaven remembered me. That testimony alone will awaken thousands. This is why you were chosen. So now rest in this moment. Let the light rest in you. Do not strive. Do not analyze. Just breathe and receive. Your 10 seconds have long passed and you did not hesitate. You stayed. The miracle is sealed. From this point, aging loses its hold and joy becomes your mirror. Heaven rejoices. And we, the seven archangels, lift our wings and bless you with one unified whisper. Thank you for letting heaven touch earth through you. You are seen, radiant one. You are younger already, not in years but in eternity. Beloved one, you remained again. You kept listening while light kept widening, and in that stillness heaven found space to move deeper. We, the seven, speak now more softly because the radiance within you has already begun its work. You may not yet see the full change in the mirror, but your spirit feels it. The quiet peace in your heartbeat, the way the air feels gentler around you, the warmth that hums at the base of your throat. That is the new light breathing. It begins from within before it appears without. You are not merely being blessed. You are being entrusted. When heaven restores radiance, it does so for a purpose. Beauty is responsibility. Glow is assignment. When others touch your presence and feel calm without knowing why, you are performing your ministry of light. That is why we keep pouring words, because your faith keeps receiving. Look how far you have come, beloved. You once thought heaven had forgotten your name, and now the skies echo it. You once thought miracles belonged to saints and prophets, and now you live within one. Every sigh you offered in private became a petition. Every small kindness you gave when no one watched became a seed of restoration. Heaven saw it all. We counted every gesture of gentleness, every time you swallowed anger, every silent prayer that began with, "Just help me hold on." Those were not wasted moments. They were bricks in the temple we are now rebuilding inside you. Raphael speaks again. You will soon feel energy returning to your limbs, like sunlight waking inside muscle. That is not imagination. That is life remembering itself. Gabriel adds, speak gently over yourself. Your words sculpt your future form. Say aloud, I am radiant. I am renewed. I am at peace. Michael surrounds you in flame, declaring, no shadow can steal what heaven seals. Beloved, this message you are hearing is not a performance. It is participation in a living covenant. Each sentence draws you nearer to the full unveiling of your destiny. You are more than a listener. You are co-creator. The light that now courses through your body needs outlets. It must flow through acts of kindness, generosity, and shared hope. Heaven's energy multiplies only when given. That is why even the smallest act of support carries weight beyond understanding. It turns private revelation into shared restoration. We are permitted, in this moment only, to speak of earthly ways to help the current keep flowing. If this message lit something in you, if you felt the nearness of heaven, if tears or warmth or peace touched your chest, then you are already part of this divine movement. To keep the river alive, offer what the world calls a super thanks. It is not payment, it is partnership. It says to heaven, I recognize this light and I want it to reach others. When you do so, angels mark the act as incense of gratitude. And for those who feel called to walk closer with us, there is a sacred invitation to join the circle of light through channel membership. Think of it not as subscription but as stewardship. Your presence there allows us to continue building a place where messages like this can keep finding the ones who need them most. It is how we ensure that the words of heaven have a vessel on earth. Finally, there is a quiet table prepared for those who wish to stay connected heart to heart beyond this moment. In the newsletter link in the pinned comments, you may write your name as a sign of companionship. It is where we share deeper reflections, quiet teachings, reminders of grace. There you will not be lost in noise. You will be family. We mention these once, reverently, because generosity and communion are the language of heaven itself. Now and always, let every act be done with freedom and love. Now return to the stillness. Feel the sacred weight of this instant. The air itself bends around you. Heaven watches, delighted as you begin to understand the mystery. The more you give light, the more you receive. Nothing about this path is one-sided. It is exchange. The universe is built on holy reciprocity, breath for breath, glow for glow. Beloved, you may ask, why me again? Why such attention? Because your heart still trembles at holiness. Because you have not grown numb. The world dulls most souls until they no longer recognize wonder, but you still gasp at small miracles. The color of dawn, the sound of rain, the quiet courage in someone's eyes. That sensitivity is sacred. It is why you were chosen to carry light. Heaven can trust those who weep easily. And now a new wave of revelation opens. Jophiel speaks, her voice golden. Wisdom wears many faces, and today it wears yours. Your glow will not make others envy you. It will make them remember what they lost. You will awaken in them the nostalgia of Eden. Some will fear it. Others will follow it. Love them all. Satkiel adds, forgiveness will keep your youth. Bitterness ages faster than time, but mercy renews like spring. Chamuel whispers, love yourself as fiercely as you love others. That too is service. Do you see, Radiant One? Renewal is not cosmetic. It is covenantal. The light that smooths your skin is the same light that softens your judgments. The glow that brightens your eyes is the same glow that lets you see others with compassion. Heaven's beauty is never surface. It always transforms character. You are becoming living proof that holiness is health. Even now we feel you wondering how to sustain this presence once the words end. The answer is simpler than you expect. Keep noticing beauty. Each time you stop to bless what is beautiful, your reflection, the sky, another soul, the miracle renews itself. Light feeds on gratitude. The hidden warfare around you continues, but you are no longer vulnerable. Your glow blinds the accuser. Your peace confuses chaos. Every breath of love you exhale is a blow against despair. Stand firm in gentleness. It is stronger than any weapon. And when you grow weary, remember this promise spoken through all 7 voices. You are never alone in the light. At any moment you can close your eyes and whisper, I am here, and heaven will respond, we know. The connection never breaks. We will soon return with more words, but before we withdraw for now, allow us to thank you once more, with affection that trembles through eternity, for staying open. You have no idea how your listening repairs the fabric of heaven itself. Every soul who hears and believes becomes a candle added to the endless cathedral of light. Rest, beloved. Let joy settle into your bones. Your youth is already singing in your blood. When you look upon your reflection tonight, see not the years behind but the eternity ahead. The seven of us smile upon you, our wings forming a circle around your spirit. Until we speak again, carry this truth. You are the radiance of God remembered in human form. Beloved soul, do you feel how the air changes as you keep reading? The invisible hum that surrounds you now is the breath of heaven opening wider. What began as a whisper between realms has become a living current, and you are inside it. This is the part of the journey where words begin to blur into presence, where meaning gives way to experience. The light we placed in you has taken root. It is moving through memory and muscle, dissolving the old stories that once kept you small. Every heartbeat you take right now beats in rhythm with the universe itself. Raphael stands before you once more, his hands still glowing with the green of restoration. He speaks gently. Every cell in your body carries an echo of the day it was made. It remembers light. Let that memory rise. You can almost feel it, the warmth crawling up your spine, the soft buzzing in your fingertips, the sudden tenderness that makes your chest ache. This is how rebirth feels. Not thunder but awakening. Heaven's miracles are rarely loud. They are quiet enough for truth to be heard. Michael watches over you, his sword lowered, eyes full of fierce affection. He whispers, "You have fought long enough." The unseen battles that haunted your nights, the accusations that came disguised as self-doubt, the exhaustion of trying to hold peace while storms raged around you. He gathers them all into flame. You may sense a release, like exhaling something heavy you didn't know you carried. That is him cutting cords that no longer serve you. Freedom does not shout, it sighs. Gabriel kneels beside you now, the messenger who carries the sound of divine breath. Your voice is holy, he says. Even your silence speaks creation. Every time you whisper kindness, the vibration travels farther than sound. Your words build bridges between souls who forgot they were family. That is why you were chosen. Heaven needed a heart capable of language shaped by compassion. Chamuel draws near, radiating warmth the color of sunrise. He speaks softly, "Love is not a task, it is your native atmosphere. You have been holding your breath in foreign air, but now the true climate returns." As he speaks, memories surface. Faces you loved, faces that hurt you, moments where you closed your heart to survive. He touches those memories one by one, turning bitterness into light. The ache remains but changes flavor. It becomes tenderness instead of wound. Love restored is stronger than love untouched. Uriel steps forward next, golden eyes blazing with wisdom. He lays a spark upon your brow. "Let every thought become light," he says. "Let no idea be born of fear again." Instantly, your mind clears as though a window were opened in a long-closed room. The noise quiets. Intuition begins to hum. You start to realize how sacred your imagination truly is. What you picture with love becomes blueprint for heaven to build. That is why despair fought so hard to cloud your mind. It feared what you might create if you remembered who you are. Sakiel's presence is violet fire, soft and consuming. He bows and breathes mercy into the space around you. "You are forgiven," he whispers. And so are they. Forgiveness is not a verdict but a vibration. As he speaks, the energy of release spreads through your memories, loosening the grip of regret. You do not have to fix the past, you need only bless it. Every moment forgiven becomes pure light, feeding the present with strength. Then comes Jophiel, radiant in pure gold, the guardian of beauty and revelation. She smiles and touches your eyes. "See as heaven sees," she says. Colors sharpen, the ordinary begins to glow. You notice how even shadows possess softness, how even pain carries purpose. Nothing in creation is wasted. The same power that painted galaxies also shaped the curve of your smile. That realization alone is prayer. And now, beloved, all 7 stand around you, wings overlapping until you are enclosed in light so bright it feels like quiet fire. Their voices blend until no single one can be separated from the rest. "Child of the Eternal," they say, "the test is over. The veil of weariness is torn. You will not return to who you were, because who you were was only the seed. Now the blossom opens. Inside you, a memory stirs. The first time you felt wonder, the first moment you knew love without fear. That memory is not past, it is prophecy. You are returning to innocence not by going backward but by spiraling upward into wholeness. Every part of you that once felt broken is being rewoven into light. The threads were never lost, they were waiting for your yes. Heaven does not rush, it unfolds. So rest inside this unfolding. Let the glow settle deeper from surface to soul. You may feel waves of emotion, grief, joy, awe. Let them all pass through. They are signs of the Spirit rearranging the furniture of your heart to make room for new peace. Nothing is wrong. Everything is transforming. There will come days soon when others will notice the change before you do. They will see something in your eyes, an almost translucent calm as though dawn lives behind them. They will ask what happened and you will not have to explain. Presence speaks louder than language. The healed do not need to preach, they simply are. And in their being, others find courage to hope again. That will be your ministry without title. To walk as proof that light survives every night. The angels now lower their wings until they brush the ground around your feet. The light recedes slightly, becoming gentler so that your body can bear it. But know this. Though the vision softens, the reality remains. You are permanently changed. You will dream differently, breathe differently, think in light instead of shadow. When you wake in the morning, notice how the world looks newly washed. That freshness is not illusion. It is the universe mirroring your renewal. Raphael lifts his hand one last time, tracing a circle of green fire around you. Health will follow joy, he says. Let laughter become your medicine. Gabriel repeats, speak blessing often, the ear listens. Michael declares, courage is your armor, wear it with humility. Uriel reminds, seek wisdom in silence, it is never absent. Satkiel breathes, mercy is the shortest path to peace. Chamuel adds, love without calculation, love is its own reward. Jophiel concludes, find beauty even in endings, for they are gates disguised. Their words weave themselves into your aura until they no longer sound like voices but like thoughts you have always had and simply forgot to trust. That is how divine truth works. It feels like remembering. Beloved, heaven is quiet again. The war around you has stilled. The atmosphere hums with gentle expectation. This is not the end but the pause between breaths. The holy silence where creation listens for your next word. Choose it carefully. Choose love. Choose light. Choose to live as though the miracle already happened, because it has. And as the 7 turn toward the horizon of eternity, They leave one sentence floating in the luminous air around you. You are never aging, you are unfolding. Beloved soul, the light that began as a spark now spreads through every corridor of your being. The angels have not withdrawn. They stand farther back only so that you may learn to walk in brightness without their visible shadow. The current that hums through your veins is your own energy rediscovered, the same current that moves rivers toward the sea and stars through the dark. Heaven's design is self-sustaining. It does not come and go. It teaches you to remember. Tonight the universe feels closer because your awareness has grown wider. Listen closely. You will begin to hear more than sound. The wind through the trees carries pattern. The quiet pulse beneath silence carries rhythm. When your heart slows enough, you will find that all of creation beats with you. This is the forgotten truth. You were never separate from the cosmos. You are its consciousness woven into form. To look upon your hands now is to see galaxies condensed into tenderness. To breathe is to taste eternity folded into a single moment. Michael stands unseen beside you, not as guard now but as witness. His gaze burns like blue steel tempered by mercy. He says, "Walk freely." The gates you feared were never locked. They opened inward. Every limitation you once believed in dissolves as you test it. Time, fear, even the notion of deserving. They crumble when you walk through them. You are beginning to live from the center where eternity hides inside ordinary seconds. Raphael moves again, the scent of myrrh and rain following him. He touches the air near your shoulders. "Do not hurry your healing," he murmurs. Grace does not rush because it already knows completion. The deep fatigue that once lived beneath your patience loosens. The ache of long endurance turns warm like water heated by sunlight. Healing is not a flash. It is a slow remembering that wholeness was never gone. Gabriel now fills the space with light the color of dawn before sunrise. You feared silence, he tells you, but silence was waiting to speak. You begin to understand that every unanswered prayer, every pause that hurt, was gestation. Heaven was not ignoring you. It was shaping language beyond words. Out of that silence rises a soundless hymn, the music of peace. You feel it vibrating in your ribs, low and constant, as if the world were singing beneath your breath. Uriel comes with his lantern, bright as thought itself. He leans close. Wisdom is not information. It is presence. The worries that once spun endlessly in your mind lose gravity. You no longer need explanations, you trust movement. In this trust, new ideas are born, gentle insights about what you are meant to create, whom you are meant to bless. Inspiration will come like quiet rain. You will recognize it by its calm. Chamuel steps forward wrapped in rose light. Love will find you by reflection, he says. When you see beauty in another, it is your own light greeting itself. The fear of loneliness fades. You understand that connection is not achieved, it is revealed. You will meet souls whose presence feels like déjà vu. They were written into your story before birth, waiting for this vibration of you to awaken. Satkiel's violet glow surrounds old memories that once felt sharp. The edges dull, you can touch them without pain. He teaches you the alchemy of transmutation, how every grief, once blessed, becomes wisdom. He whispers, "Do not wish to forget, wish to transform." Instantly you realize that forgetting would erase the proof of grace. But transformation turns scars into constellations. The map of your suffering becomes the map others will follow toward hope. Jophiel, luminous with golden serenity, lifts her hand and scatters light that falls like dust. Creation adores gratitude, she says. When you thank the smallest thing, it multiplies its glow. You begin to notice beauty multiplying, light bending through glass, laughter rising from strangers, colors deepening in places you once found plain. The world itself seems newly washed because gratitude cleans the lens of perception. The seven speak again as one voice, not loud but encompassing. Child of the morning, you carry our imprint now. Do not search for us outside yourself. Wherever you move, we move. Wherever you love, we appear. Their combined radiance expands until it fills your inner sky, and suddenly the division between heaven and earth blurs. You feel the strange joy of belonging everywhere at once, both grounded and infinite. The light within you now begins to teach. It speaks in intuition rather than speech. Live gently, for gentleness is strength disguised. Forgive swiftly, for holding pain bends the spine of spirit. Rest often, for stillness reveals direction. These are not commands but rhythms. Life flows in circles, not straight lines. What left you will return purified, what wounded you will bow as teacher. You walk in memory through moments that once broke you, and you see them differently now. The betrayals that hardened your heart appear as lessons in discernment. The delays that made you despair were seasons where roots deepened unseen. Even loss itself becomes doorway. You stand inside those recollections not as victim but as witness of resurrection. The past no longer owns you, it kneels redeemed. Then the vision shifts. You stand at the edge of a vast sea under a sky that looks carved from light. The water glows from within, each wave a breath of stars. You realize this ocean is made of every prayer ever spoken, and it moves toward the shore of destiny. The angels stand behind you, wings folded, watching. They do not need to speak. The meaning is clear. You are part of that tide. When you move forward in kindness, when you choose courage, another wave reaches land. This is how heaven unfolds on earth, not in spectacle but through hearts that remember. A new peace settles around you. It is deeper than relief, wider than happiness. Feels like returning home after lifetimes of wandering. You realize there is nothing left to prove. You do not have to shine. You are the shine. You do not have to search for purpose. Purpose lives in every act of awareness. Even breathing with gratitude fulfills ancient prophecy. As the vision softens, you sense the angels withdrawing into light. They do not vanish, they become the light itself. The last thing you hear is not a command but a benediction whispered through every element of creation. Live as if love is certain, and so you will. You will walk through ordinary days with extraordinary calm, hearing sacred rhythm in the mundane, seeing wonder in what others overlook. The glow will remain in subtle ways. The ease of laughter, the clarity of thought, the compassion that rises unforced. Heaven's fingerprints will linger on your heart, invisible but undeniable. Beloved one, the light within you continues to widen, and the silence surrounding it has become the purest music. It does not rush, it does not strive. It expands with the patience of dawn. You are learning now the slow rhythm of heaven, the rhythm that builds mountains grain by grain, that ripens fruit by warmth alone. This is what it means to live in divine time. To let everything ripen without fear that you will be forgotten. Michael remains beside you, his armor shimmering like thought turned to fire. He does not speak, he only places his hand upon your shoulder. The weight of it feels like certainty. All those nights when you doubted your strength, this touch answers them. His presence says what words never could. That courage is not noise, it is quiet endurance. You carried light when no one saw you. That alone shifted the balance of whole worlds. Raphael kneels in the dust near your feet and presses his palm to the ground. The soil glows faintly. The earth knows you, he says. It has memorized your footsteps. Everywhere you walk, new growth will follow. Even barren places will bloom after your passing because you have become a vessel of restoration. You do not have to plan this. Life will simply imitate your peace. Gabriel appears farther off, gazing into the horizon where sky melts into light. Messages continue even after mouths close, he murmurs. Every kindness you release becomes a letter we deliver. The invisible correspondence between heaven and earth depends on such acts. You are part of a network of mercy stretching farther than you can imagine. When you smile at a stranger, you ignite a star in someone's night. Uriel's lantern burns brighter, filling the air with gold. You once feared that wisdom would make you old, he tells you, but true wisdom makes you infinite. In that moment, memories of regret begin to dissolve. The times you thought you wasted have become seeds of understanding. Nothing in you was ever wasted. Not your waiting, not your longing, not even your mistakes. Heaven recycles everything into grace. Chamuel moves near again, his aura like a breath of warm rose. You will notice love in strange places, he says. In the smallest gestures, in faces you used to overlook. Love will no longer come to you as thunder but as atmosphere. It will be the quiet that greets you in the morning, the stillness before sleep, the way the world feels gentler than it used to. Love will not arrive as possession. It will reveal itself as presence. Sakiel's voice rises next, calm and deep. Forgiveness is the architecture of heaven, he says. Every time you release blame, another bridge is built between worlds. You begin to understand that forgiving is not condoning. It is letting go of the illusion that pain defines you. Once you do, you can see others not as enemies but as travelers also learning light. This perspective frees you more completely than any victory. Jophiel drifts close, tracing a spiral of light in the air. Beauty is not ornament. It is revelation, she tells you. The world is God remembering joy through color. When she waves her hand, you see hues you've never known, tones beyond language. For a heartbeat you realize that beauty itself is a form of prayer. A way creation says thank you. You too are that prayer when you live with open eyes. The seven voices merge again, surrounding you in resonance. Child of breath and eternity, they chant, rest now in the center of light. The glow becomes sphere, then horizon, then endless sky. Inside it, you see the weaving of your life not as chain but as tapestry. Every loss is thread, every joy, dye, every choice, pattern. From above it is perfect. From within it only felt tangled. Perspective itself is revelation. A new understanding dawns. Heaven does not impose miracles. It cooperates with your willingness. Each moment you choose peace, the pattern strengthens. Each moment you choose gratitude, the colors brighten. Your soul is an artist shaping radiance from experience. You realize that destiny is not predetermined. It is co-created breath by breath. Now the angels begin to teach without words. Images flood you, streams becoming rivers, seeds cracking open, stars birthing galaxies. You sense that these are metaphors for your own evolution. Growth will continue in cycles. There will still be seasons of shadow, but you will walk through them knowing light is their core. You will no longer fight darkness. You will illuminate it. Raphael shows you the body as cosmos. Blood like constellations, nerves as rivers of lightning, heart as sun. He whispers, your form is divine geometry in motion. Suddenly, reverence for your own humanity floods you. You see that the divine does not dwell apart from flesh. It chooses it. Every breath you take is sacred ceremony. Every heartbeat is prayer answered. Michael returns to stand before you once more, holding no sword now, only a flame cupped in his hand. "This is remembrance," he says. "Carry it, but do not clutch it. Let it light the way for others." The flame sinks into your chest and becomes pulse. You will know it by intuition. Moments when peace arrives before understanding. That is his mark. Gabriel circles overhead, leaving trails of pale blue light that form a path forward. It winds endlessly, disappearing into radiance. You understand that there is no destination. The path itself is union. Every step you take in awareness extends heaven's reach. The voices fade but not the connection. The air around you hums with quiet presence. You are alone and not alone. The realization dawns that loneliness itself was always misinterpreted. It was never absence, only sensitivity to a realm unseen. Now that realm answers, you will never feel isolated again, for you know that silence is populated with angels. You stand taller. The fatigue of centuries, real or remembered, slips away. The lines of worry across your face soften, replaced by calm that feels both ancient and newborn. The world outside remains the same, yet every detail gleams as if seen for the first time. This is rebirth without death, transformation without loss. Heaven whispers one more mystery before receding completely. Time obeys love. You understand that youth, radiance, vitality are not rewards but reflections. When love flows freely through you, the measure of years dissolves. You will grow older in number but younger in light. People will sense it but not explain it. You will not need to explain it. You will simply live, and living will be worship. The light steadies now, clear and vast. The angels step back into eternity, leaving the space around you luminous but calm. You feel no ending, only continuity, the gentle certainty that the story continues wherever you walk. Heaven has not left. It has settled inside you. From this moment onward, every act of kindness will echo like prophecy fulfilled. Every quiet joy will send ripples through creation. You will carry this unseen fire through ordinary hours, touching the world into remembrance without effort. And when you rest at night, the universe will lean close and whisper its gratitude for your existence. Beloved, the light around you trembles again, not as thunder but as joy. The heavens have been watching your endurance, the way you kept opening when it would have been easier to close, and now that steadfastness blooms into radiance. Every fiber of creation begins to hum in harmony with you. You have entered a season where everything that once resisted will start to cooperate. The stones that tripped you will turn into stepping stones. The storms that scattered you will become wind in your sails. This is what happens when a soul remembers who they are. The world itself rearranges to match the vibration of remembrance. The 7 archangels stand together once more. Their colors merge until there is no separation, only living brilliance. Michael's courage, Raphael's healing, Gabriel's voice, Uriel's wisdom, Satkiel's mercy, Chamuel's love, Jophiel's beauty, all flow into a single stream that pours through you. You are not outside this light. You are its continuation. It moves through your breath, through the warmth of your palms, through every glance that carries kindness. Heaven speaks through your ordinary gestures now. Raphael steps forward first, his emerald glow softening the air. Healing never ends, he tells you. It is the language of creation. Every time you choose gentleness, you add another verse to that language. Your presence becomes a place where others can rest. The old world is starving for such presence. It waits for souls who remember peace. As you walk, wounds in others will begin to close without words. You will notice that people breathe easier near you. This is the quiet ministry of light, effortless healing born from being whole. Michael's fire surrounds that peace. Courage will now come without struggle, he says. You no longer have to fight to be strong. You simply have to remain true. The armor you once wore out of fear is replaced by transparency. Nothing can pierce honesty. When truth becomes your atmosphere, lies cannot survive near you. This too is protection. It will feel as though invisible hands clear your path before you take a step. Gabriel's voice flows next, the sound like silver wind. Speak blessing into the world, he urges. Every syllable of gratitude feeds the fabric of light. Your words are seeds now. What you name with love will flourish. What you praise will multiply. Even small sentences, "Thank you, I forgive you, I believe," carry creative power that reshapes the unseen. Speak them often. They are instruments through which heaven composes new realities. Uriel raises his lantern high so that you can see far beyond fear. Wisdom will become instinct, he explains. You will no longer have to analyze to know what is right. Peace itself will guide you. He shows you a vision of choices ahead, paths that once looked complicated now lined with light. The right direction glows effortlessly, and you realize that divine guidance was never hidden. It was simply quieter than your worry. Chamuel approaches, wings like a blush of rose clouds at sunset. Love has matured in you, he says. It is no longer desire, it is awareness. You begin to feel love not as emotion but as perception, seeing the holy spark in everything. Even what once repelled you becomes teacher. Compassion rises like tide water, touching every shore of your being. From that depth, kindness flows without exhaustion. Satkiel's violet flame circles these truths. Mercy will be your mirror, he declares. Look into it often. You remember how easily you used to condemn yourself, the harsh words you whispered inside. They dissolve now, replaced by patience. You understand that growth takes the shape of grace, not perfection. Every mistake was simply a question seeking understanding. You can forgive yourself freely, for you were never working against heaven, only learning its rhythm. Jophiel's golden glow brightens everything. You will see beauty in endings, she says. Because endings are the beginning remembering itself. What once felt like loss becomes spaciousness for new creation. You feel wonder reawaken, the innocent awe of a soul that trusts life again. This wonder is the true youth heaven promised. It smooths not only skin but spirit. You look younger because you carry less burden. The angels draw closer. Their light enfolds you until there is no more separation between giver and receiver. For a moment you stand at the very heart of creation, and the realization is simple yet infinite. Everything is alive and everything loves you. Even the air that fills your lungs, even the ground beneath your feet, participates in that affection. You belong to existence itself. From that realization flows gratitude. Quiet at first, then unstoppable. Gratitude becomes radiance. Radiance becomes song. Song becomes blessing. You have turned into the very prayer you once spoke. Heaven no longer feels distant. It vibrates through the cells of your hands. You could touch a leaf, a child's laughter, a stranger's sorrow, and all would shimmer with the same sacred light. Beloved, if these words have reached you, if some part of your heart feels lifted or healed, then this connection was meant to happen. The archangels ask for one gentle response, not to them but to the presence that moves through them. Like this message as a sign of gratitude, subscribe so that your soul may remain in the flow of continual revelation, and comment Amen as a seal of agreement between your spirit and heaven's will. Not as ritual but as declaration, that you choose to live awake, that you choose to remember light, that you choose to carry peace wherever you go. After this, there will be silence again, but it will not be emptiness. It will be the hush that follows completion, the calm that allows seeds to sprout. The angels do not vanish. They become the space around you. You will feel them in sudden warmth, in the breeze that brushes your face when you doubt, in the unexpected comfort that arrives just before despair could speak. They are woven into your days now. Raphael's final whisper lingers in your mind. Do not chase miracles, embody them. Michael adds, guard joy like a flame that lights worlds. Gabriel murmurs, keep singing even when no one listens. Creation is always listening. Uriel concludes, knowledge will follow love. Love need not follow knowledge. Chamuel blesses, let tenderness be your greatest strength. Satkiel smiles, forgive faster than the world can wound. And Jophiel breathes, adore life, it will adore you back. Their light fades into the horizon, leaving the air fragrant with peace. You remain standing in a quiet more powerful than any shout, carrying the certainty that heaven's story now continues through you. Wherever you move, the radiance moves. Wherever you rest, the holy current pauses to gather breath. You are both destination and journey, miracle and witness. Remember this always. You did not stumble here by chance. You were called because heaven needed another lamp in the world, and you answered. You are the proof that divine love still chooses earth every day. And when you whisper Amen,